Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the DKS-501 Sniper Rifle mod, which is being made by user Lieutenant Commander. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is this, the iconic sniper rifle of the Fallout franchise. Seriously, what was Bethesda thinking when they took this gun out of Fallout 4? It has literally been a part of the franchise since the original Fallout 1 game and has been in every Fallout game, with the exception of Fallout Tactics, since then. And they just decide for Fallout 4 to replace it with the hunting rifle. But oh well, thanks to the modding community, we finally have the DKS-501 back in its rightful place in the Fallout universe. And that is just wonderful. And thankfully, it's pretty easy to get your hands on one of these once you do have the mod installed, as it is added into the leveled loot list, so you will find it on Raiders and Gunners starting around level 25, and you should also find it in vendors as well. And the mod maker has even included a handful of legendary versions of the gun scattered in different places in the Commonwealth. I'll leave you guys to find those. They are fun though, and you may remember some of them from previous Fallout games, like the Gobi Campaign Scout Rifle. Fun to have. But yes, once you do get your hands on one of these lovely weapons, you will find a pretty impressive little thing. Now, this is the standard gun, which you may find in a store or on one of your enemies, with the standard receiver, scout barrel, the makeshift stock, small magazine, makeshift sight, and nothing on the muzzle. And it will do 52 damage with your standard 308 rounds. Now, on the damage, keep note that this is with a character without any perks. I've turned off all of my different weapon damage perks for this character here, so that is 52 base damage. Adjust that for whatever perks you have taken. The firing rate on it is decent at 33, with a range of 179, accuracy of 70, and a not too shabby weight of 12. Overall, a very impressive, fun little rifle, and can be made into many, many wonderful things. For instance, if we do look back at the others I've created, we have a beautiful night vision armor-piercing 50 caliber version of the sniper rifle, which is just gorgeous. Oh, I really do love this thing, and it's starting to look, with all these different modifications, like the old school sniper rifle you probably remember from Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 1, Fallout 2, and many others, and actually, even Fallout Shelter. Yes, the DKS-501 was even in Fallout Shelter, but for some reason, not Fallout 4. But oh well, enough of my complaining. Let's actually head over to the weapon workbench to take a look at what all modifications we do have on hand. And as I said, we have a pretty impressive variety here. Now remember, in receivers, we have the standard version of this gun using the 308 ammo, but if we go into here, you can actually downgrade this weapon if you so desire to have it do even less damage by using 38 ammo instead, or of course you can up the damage by going to 50 caliber. Which I do like that you have those options. If you do want to, you can downgrade it. I don't know why you would though, unless of course you had a massive excess of 38 ammo on hand. Or of course, you know, upping the damage to the more preferable 50 caliber armor piercing rounds. Good times indeed. Now as for the 308 ammo, you got your standard receiver, an armor piercing receiver, and a calibrated receiver here for you to play with. And you can't really tell with the green outlining here, but one fun thing about the different receivers is in the standard versions, it will just be sort of your metallic black color in here, but for any of the armor-piercing ones, around the magazine, there'll actually be an orange and black stripes, which basically shows that these are indeed armor-piercing weapons. If we actually back out slightly to here, you'll notice on the standard one, we have no striping, but on my armor-piercing version here, we do have that striping. So that's the only receivers that will actually change the look, is if it is armor-piercing. Now next in the barrels we have a couple of options. If you so desire, you could make a sawed-off sniper rifle, which I don't know why you would, but I mean, hey, to each their own. You could make a very tiny sniper rifle, and that's up to you. We then also have a stub barrel, which is slightly larger, the standard scout barrel, a long barrel, and finally a long ported barrel. Again, each of them just changing your recoil, fire accuracy, and range on that. Now next in the stocks, we have a good variety of stocks. The makeshift stock is the standard, moving up to a much nicer wooden stock. The marksman stock, which looks very much like the standard old school stock you would have seen in previous Fallout games. And then finally the recoil compensating stock. Again, all just helping with recoil, accuracy, etc. All good things to have. The next is in magazines, where we actually have a surprisingly large number of options. Basically, you have small, medium, and large magazines in either a normal or quick eject variety, which is kind of interesting. I mean, you don't usually see large magazines for sniper rifles, but hey, if you want that on your gun, there you go. And personally, probably you'll want to go with the quick eject, considering this thing is pretty slow to reload, so I would always suggest quick eject magazines. Now the next bit we have is in sights, where we have a good variety of different sights. We have the makeshift, which is standard, iron sights, glow sights, makeshift reflex sights, reflex dot, short scope, short night vision, medium night vision, long night vision, and finally long recon. So a good bit of diversity in here, and a good bit of different looks as well, so you can make your gun look exactly how you like. Very, very cool. I do enjoy all of those. Now next is, of course, the muzzle, which is pretty standard in here. We have no muzzle, a bayonet, a compensator, a muzzle brake, or suppressor. So, you know, pretty standard fare for most guns. But finally, we have one more modification slot, which is pretty cool. Now, we have materials, where you either have your standard weapon material, where it's just your standard gun, or you can actually make the gun out of ballistic fiber weave. Now, you have to have the ballistic weave technology to actually make this, so that is something, you know, just like with your armor, you're gonna have to go through that quest line, but once you do have it, boom, it will reduce the weight and the action point cost for using this gun, and pretty impressively so as well. Remember, the standard gun weighed 12. With the fiber weave, it's now 5.2. That is very impressive of a weight reduction. That could help you save a lot of inventory space, and overall is pretty nice. I do like having that option. It is just fabulous, frankly. Now let us actually go out and pull off a few rounds with this. Now I have just downloaded the standard mod for this gun. There is a secondary sort of add-on you can download, which will add custom sounds, but for right now, the 38, 308, and 50 caliber are all using the default in-game sounds. So we're not going to spend too much time listening to them here, because, well, it's just like your normal guns. But here is, of course, the standard weapon here with the 308. And there we go. You'll notice the very slow reload time here, which again, reminding you all, go with quick eject. Now as for the sight, very good looking sight over there with the makeshift. It just looks like a standard sort of iron sight there. Now what's fun, sight-wise, is when we go to this marksman one, we have the, technically the actual iron sight one, or I believe on this one it's the glow sight, which is pretty impressive. I do like the look of it. You see we have sort of the circular reticule there. Very nice indeed. Definitely will help with your accuracy. A lot better than with the standard makeshift sights. But, of course, the typical slow reload speed. Now, as we go to the bigger, more powerful ones, we have a, well, the Recon 38, which is actually less powerful, pardon me, going down to the 32 damage, but, of course, a good recon scope on it, and if we fire this, it's going to be the standard pipe pistol sound, really. so a sound you've heard plenty of times in the past. And finally, we have my most powerful one I was able to build, which I was actually a little bit disappointed in this, that the most powerful, again, without any of the relevant perks, is 91. For 50 caliber armor piercing, I would expect that to be higher, frankly. But oh well, I mean, it'll make do. Considering it is armor piercing, it should still do the job quite nicely. And of course, this one does have a night vision scope, which can be very useful. And of course, is silent, so you'll get just the tiny sound. There we go. And now it's time, as it always is at the end of these episodes, for me to test this weapon against our poor mongrel over here. Oh, he's been through so many gun tests, but for the betterment of us all. Now let's actually take a proper sniper shot on him rather than using VATS. Oh, come on, lift the head, buddy. Oh, he just keeps drinking. I may have to shoot him down his backside. Oh, and I missed. Ooh, second shot did not miss though, and that killed him immediately. So there we go. There is the DKS-501 Sniper Rifle, again, which I'm so surprised was taken out of this game, considering it has literally been in every Fallout game since the beginning. Of course, except for Fallout Tactics. That Tactics was a weird one. It had a lot of strange weapon choices. But yes, we now finally have it back in its rightful place here in Fallout 4, and that frankly makes me happy. So if you'd like to take a look at this weapon for yourself, and I would definitely suggest that you go and do, because, well, it's just a good gun and a very impressive sniper rifle with a lot of fun modifications. Take a look at the link in the description as always. And yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed this episode today, and of course that you do come back for the next, when we will be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one!